Today I will show you a real client case study of an AI agent that booked 21 additional appointments in the month of June 2025 for one of our clients. Here at their website, they own an aesthetic clinic in Mexico. The primary way of them getting the clients is the organic SEO as well as the content on Instagram. As you can see, they have 5,000 followers, as well as the Facebook, because they also run actively the paid ads and they have 7.4 thousand followers. So the pipeline is pretty straightforward. They receive the messages on either of these channels. Because this is Mexico, WhatsApp is the most popular messenger out there. And when they're coming through either the ad, because they have the ads that they are running directly into the WhatsApp messaging, not the website, because you can see that website is pretty linear. It just has a few services that they offer. That's pretty much it. So they run it directly into WhatsApp. But when they are posting the content, the people directly messaging them either on the messenger, if they see the content through the Facebook, or the Instagram. They do open a few new locations every quarter right now in the US. That is why they started to use SMS and as well as the iMessage that we can activate more often. But for the most part, if it's organic or paid, they're getting the messages to the WhatsApp. And if it's content, the messages are coming into the Messenger or the Instagram. They used to have people chatting through the phones. What we did, we connected the HighLevel CRM for them to view all the conversations. And if we go here, you'll see that it's basically their calendar. Again, I'll blur all the information out. So they have multiple of them because they have 3 main doctors for this specific location that this HighLevel account is connected to. And within the conversations tab, you'll see all the conversations that are already handled by our AI sales rep. I'll explain how everything goes, but you'll see that there is a messenger here, WhatsApp, directly SMS, as well as the Instagram. So all the messages and all these channels connected to the HighLevel. Now, HighLevel on the backend is connected not only to the Google Calendar. Now, of course, you might say that it is a medical service. That is why we need to follow the guidelines like HIPAA or GDPR. We do, because HighLevel has an option to enable HIPAA compliance that we enable for all of our clients that require that, obviously. And in the backend, we're connecting it to the N8N that is processing all the requests. We are not using any voice AI technology for this specific case because they don't usually receive too many calls. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but WhatsApp recently announced their voice call APIs, and AI agents, voice AI agents will get more popular within the WhatsApp. I don't think that we're going to use it in the near future because voice AI technology is great, but it should be used in very specific instances that I talk more about this channel. Now, again, N8N on the backend for the N8N, we self-hosting for the actual setup as well as for the knowledge base that is built on Supabase. I will show it to you in a few minutes, but this knowledge base is directly connected and tied down to the Google Drive where we do automatic updates. It means that we are not updating the knowledge base ourselves. The client has a specific folder that is connected to our N8N. So once they do the updates within this folder, like update the document or upload a new one, it's getting automatically updated inside the Supabase. Let me go over the N8N setup first and show you how it is handling all the conversations that you see here, because they are actually divided on the 2 main sub conversation types. The first one is where we are not trying to mimic that there is a human, and this is basically an automatic response. Now, so for example, here you can see that the person is asking something. By the way, as a reference, I am not speaking Spanish. None of our team members is. We obviously have a partner who we partnered on this type of the integration for the Spanish market, who is handling the communication and the testing for us. But the agent is actually programmed on English, but it has a very specific language rule that actually made it possible to respond to the same language that the user is asking the question on. So here you will see that this is pretty bot-ish reply where, again, it's very, very standard. But if we try to go and find something like that, you will see that this is the conversation. Again, sorry, I will blur everything on the post-production. So here we are actually trying to talk with the human, sending the link to the booking, which is, again, directly a link to the calendar within the HighLevel. So I have no idea what they're chatting about here. It's probably the address, so it's sending the address, and then it's actually trying to follow up with this person. Yeah, so as you can see, these are the live conversations. So same thing happens through the Instagram. Again, we have one agent that is built on the end that I will show you right now, and it is all connected into the HighLevel through the integrations like here on the Facebook and the Instagram. We also have the phone number for the SMS that is connected through actual Twilio. Now, as you can see, the ATP is not verified, but we don't care about that because we're not usually messaging within the US customers. And we also have the WhatsApp. So the WhatsApp number is the actual SIM card, right? So this is the physical SIM card that we connected first to the Meta business profile. So we verified the profile, we verified the number, and then we connected it here. It was a bit of a mess for this specific client, but this is kind of the best way of doing that. We like to use the physical SIM cards instead of the Twilio or digital numbers because the WhatsApp is the main kind of point of contact for all their business inquiries, and we don't really want to lose it, even if something is going to happen with anything. Okay, they're still gonna, own the SIM card, and they're gonna own all the information. Now, let's go into this scenario first, and you'll see how everything works. So we have a webhook. So basically, when the message is received, we're triggering this webhook. We are setting all the fields. We're first checking if the user provided any information about their specific visit. So when they are looking for a specific service, we are retrieving this service and saving it in one of the contact custom fields inside the HighLevel. Then the human handoff, which is very important. So when people are actually asking, when they notice that it's an AI, it's saying that, hey, sure, let me connect it to a human. So when someone says, hey, please connect me to a real human manager, or when someone is not satisfied. Before going into the actual booking agent, where the logic is built through the prompt. So here we specify how to respond, what information we need to extract from the client before booking an appointment and before sending the link. We have a few steps that you must understand in order for you to have a full picture of this integration. We have a Google Drive. Within this Google Drive, we have multiple folders as well as multiple files. I'm not going to go over them right now, but you got the idea. We have a CSV file where they, aka the client, can upload all the information they need. So this is the CSV that looks like this. So they have a service, they have a doctor, and they have a price. So 3 points. Basically, they have the information that is getting published here. Let's say when they update one of these information standpoints, so maybe they change the price or they change a doctor who is handling a specific service. In order for us to make the updates dynamically within the prompt, you need to have this type of the setup that I'm showing you here. Now guys, very important. This is not the automatic knowledge base update, because for the knowledge base, it's much easier. So for the knowledge base, we have one update KB folder. When people upload the doc, CSV or PDF to this folder, it's getting automatically updated inside our Supabase. But it is not updating the information in the prompt, right? So sure, we have the knowledge base connected to this agent here. And whenever someone publish something within this folder, is getting automatically uploaded here. Again, I'm going to post, and I'm already creating this video, an in-depth guide on automatic knowledge base update within the Supabase and N8N. If you want to get it faster, press the like button and let me know that you're interested in this. And by the way, actually post in the comments what specifically you would be curious about, because I'm still recording this because there's a lot of kind of moving parts, and I would be able to cover the question that you were specifically having. Now, but this is the knowledge base. Think about this. Within the agent, we have two data sources, okay? So the first one is the knowledge base. This is where we are extracting the information from. So when people are asking something, agent is either referring to the prompt. Let's say we have in the prompt, we have like all the data points about like specific answer that the agent can or should answer, and it's getting it from there. If it's like deeper question or the information needs to be accessed through a third-party, database, this where we're using direct knowledge base. But this is only for the customer support inquiries. Even though this is a sales agent, the difference between the sales agent and the customer support agent is that sales agent is proactive. So we are proactively asking people questions. We're trying to qualify and nurture the person and then book an appointment. But this cannot be handled within the knowledge base, because if you think about this, when someone, let's say, asks a question, right? So like, where are you located, right? This question is getting answered by the agent based on the information that we have on the knowledge base. But is this it? In the real use case, you would want to ask this person a question like, are you looking for a visit? What are you, interested in? Do you want me to help you with something? We need proactively engage. And you cannot like do that by only placing the instructions within the knowledge base. That is where the prompt comes in, right? So you need a proper prompt where you specify the actual logic. And this is what we have here, right? So within this booking agent, we actually, primary objectives. So we have the tools access for the knowledge base, what not to do. So we have the clinic hours and we have the address, which is the duplicate of the information that we have within the knowledge base. But we also have like the calendar 1, 2, 3, and more instructions. So think about this. How are we going to automatically put information in the prompt based on the data that they added in the CSV? So let's say, sure, when we're talking about the knowledge base, so there is one folder. When they upload the doc to this folder, it's getting automatically updated within the knowledge base. Sure. But what if within this prompt, we are asking the agent to proactively give discounts, for example, to our services if the person is interested but not, booking the next step? You need to place this, pricing information, the doctor information, the calendar information within the prompt so that the agent can actually proactively engage. But this information can be modified and can be changed every few weeks. That is why instead of us modifying it every time, we let the customer do that. And here's how it's done. As I said, we have a CSV. Within the CSV, they update all the details. Every time this workflow, this agent is getting triggered by the inbound message that we receive on the HighLevel, and we're sending and requesting the information from this webhook, we are extracting the rows for, as you can see, product and services, as well as the promo information from the CSV. We extract that, we aggregate that, we save it in the custom fields, and then we place these custom fields in this folder. So now all the information that they provide through the CSV will be updated not in the knowledge base but in the actual agent. That is where this agent can be very proactive and up to date with all the changes. But as I said, with the knowledge base is pretty easy. This folder update and it is pretty much done. In terms of the setup of the HighLevel, we have multiple automations. I've been covering this for a few times on this YouTube channel. Now we are using one prompt, which is our version of the HighLevel and the conversational CS system that you can license and resell to your own clients or use within your business. So link in the description. You can actually, get it in the box and set it up within just a few days so that you don't need to start from scratch and spend like months developing and figuring this out. But the idea is that we have the inbound. Within the inbound, we have the receive and process DMs, wait and reply, update the user user details, translated to human. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is the call booked. So once people actually book the appointment, we are running this specific scenario, which is very, very simple. It's just checking which calendar and which doctor is actually got the appointment, because we have multiple doctors and multiple calendars. And then we're sending the WhatsApp as a confirmation. Then we're sending the 1 day before WhatsApp, 30 minutes before, and that is it. We have another automation that we're running for the clients that are only talking with us through the emails. It looks very similar, but it has the email as well as the text notifications, because for the WhatsApp, again, WhatsApp is only for the guys that booked it through the WhatsApp. One very important note for you to understand is that on the WhatsApp, when you are engaging with the users as the reminders, you need to have the approved templates. So basically, you need to first have a template that has been already approved by the Meta if you want to send them first outside of the 24-hour window. This is just how they prevent the spam. And not all the people know that you can also place the dynamic variables of the appointment hours to these templates and not only the name. So basically, when you create a template here, you would send a test, utility, language like Spanish, and no headers. So here you can say, hey, and add the variable. So this variable will be, let's say, contact first name. That's it. But let's say in our case, we're saying, hey, John, you have an appointment with us, tomorrow for X, like for 3 p.m. So this time should be dynamic. Now, of course, you can like skip that. It's not a problem, but you would probably want to make it more personal. Plus, it's very important for the person to understand when the next appointment is, even though it's tomorrow. So here you'll say your appointment is, and then you would place another variable. So within this variable, you'll say appointment, and you'll have like appointment start time and all the information. Now, of course, in this specific case, for this specific sub account of the client, it's easier because this is for the Mexican customers, and there's like one time zone. For the US, it's a bit different because there are like multiple time zones, and this is the time zone that, like, if you place the start time here, this is the time zone of your account, not the actual time zone of the customer. So you would handle it a bit different. So you would have a custom field as a, within the contact details that you convert the time into the actual customer time zone because you have this information, and then, provide it here. Then you just say approve. This is the utility template. It's not a problem. They approve it within a few minutes, and you're good to go to send the reminders. Let me know if you have any more questions about this specific client, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.